Just when you thought the game was slipping through their fingers, just when you thought the Rams might have maybe screwed it up a little bit, there was that fumble in the red zone. Texans driving down the field. CJ Stroud, short little pass to Ogunbowale. What happens? Lines up against Nate Landman. You see this fist? That's all that running back saw from Nate Landman. Nate Landman punches the ball out. Braden Fisk recovers the fumble at the end of the game. Then Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua go on and close out, ice out the game with a nice little pass. Rams win. Rams start 1-0. And you know what else sounds good? A little bit of tuna and this man named Sheriff Joe.
What
Good
up?
morning. Rams are 1-0. We got football back. We got a defensive battle. Are you ready to talk football, Joe?
I'm always ready to talk football. Rams are 1-0, undefeated, and we're never going to stop. So can't stop, won't stop. And Landman make the ball drop. So
if the world and if that asteroid came down and hit us, the Rams would be undefeated. They would have an undefeated season in the history of mankind. I don't write the rules.
We just follow them, dude. That's all we can do. Just follow them. There's so many cool things to look for, man. I know that you were at the game, so it's always interesting when I'm at the game. One of the first things I need to do when I get home, because I mean, in fairness, I got a whole travel thing and have to get back to Colorado and all that. But as soon as I get home, I watch the broadcast. That's the first thing I have to do, because it's such a you get so much different information. Like when you're there in the stadium, like it's just you obviously are getting the one perspective, your own seat, and then you can look at the board and stuff, obviously, to get other angles. But it's always such an interesting thing to go back and watch the broadcast and see kind of different things that maybe you missed, that always happens to me, especially when I'm up there with Chris or something like that. It's the angle's so difficult to see sometimes, what you're looking at. So I always do that, man. I don't know if you've had a chance to kind of look at anything, but man, that was a hell of a game, man. I think Rams had such a sick game plan. We talked about it, just one comment back and forth of the Texans defense is actually really good. I think that the Rams fans are being a little too critical of the Rams offense right now, but it was a hell of a game, man. Hell of a game plan by our boys, and with a lot of guys stepping up big time. So it was really cool to see.
Yeah, I've got 3 main points on the offense. I have not seen the broadcast yet. Simply because getting back on the party bus. Shout out to World Tour Rams tailgate group. I rolled with them. I found them during the draft. They're local to me here in the Valley, and party bus and food. I was like, me and my girlfriend had to do it. It was it makes too much sense. Great people, great time, crazy hospitality for an opening day of the season. Shout out to Chris and World Tour Rams.
Yeah.
I think one thing that was lost on me until I saw a TikTok edit later was the battle between Davante Adams and Derek Stingley Jr.
Yeah.
You can't really see the numbers, depending on where you're sitting, and you're kind of watching everything. But I didn't realize Derek Stingley was traveling with Davante so often. They had a really good battle. It was a really good back and forth. Props to Stingley, because
totally
Davante Adams won a bunch. Derek Stingley won a bunch too. That is a very good defense. That was some of the things I noticed, being in the stadium, was the noise. That first drive where you had that false start the Texans had, it was loud as hell in there. They show you the decibels of the fan noise.
Mm-hmm.
They usually do in the high 90s. I know it's for show, but it was loud. That was one of the loudest times I've been in SoFi myself.
Nice.
They helped cause that delay of game. Missed those, and then I was not listening to the broadcast. I couldn't hear what they were saying about the offensive line situation with the injuries, because at one point we lost Avila and we had lost Dotson. And I don't know how it worked out, because the next drive after Dotson was out, Limmer had to go from left guard to right guard, and Avila came back in. So I haven't seen what happened there. Some of the details you miss while you're live too, or how cool some catches look. Because there was a Davante Adams catch that was real low. I didn't realize how low it was.
Yeah.
And it was just off the ground. But I will tell you, it was cool at the very end watching that ball get punched out by Landman, because it looks like a typical play. And then all of a sudden there's just the ball bouncing. And everyone's like, ball!
He didn't even try to make the tackle. He just went for the punch. I absolutely love that so much, dude. And that was the perfect little like introduction of him to our team, because that's what he does, dude. That's been a thing that's talked about, and he was even talking about he always goes with the right hand just because he feels better with it, and then just didn't even try to make a tackle, man. Just went for the punch, and I'm here for it, man. That was absolutely incredible. Love to see it, man. Nate Landman making a huge play to wrap it up. But also, I want to throw this out there, man. What a punch by Nate. That was absolutely incredible. But we gotta hype up Braden for that recovery, dude. That was crazy. The way he scooped that thing in was absolutely nuts, man. I'm here for it.
Big
Yeah, I
paw.
see this over here.
Big paw. Giant paw.
Yeah, the way he scooped it in was like, yeah, I see this over here. So
my JB Peoples on Twitter. You can't see on screen. It's a Squidward fist meme of this is all the Texans players saw. And it's true because you watch the replay back and he just cocked the fist back.
Oh, it's so good.
I have a still of the replay where it's immediately after the ball comes out and the running back hits the ground. And Landman just standing over. It looks like Landman just straight knocked him out in the fight. It was awesome.
That was super cool, man. Super cool. I absolutely love to see it, man. Nate Landman, obviously massive play there. There was something I kind of teased to you before we started up here. Something that the defense was doing alignment wise that I actually got really fired up by. And that was first that seeing a good chunk of Josiah Stewart. I thought that was really cool. He was definitely getting plenty of reps in there. But what I like about it though is not taking out other guys. We would slip in Verse to the inside, put him over the guard, and then have Josiah Stewart on the outside. That's what fired me up. Now we have it instead of just having Verse, be that edge rusher guy. I mean, I think that he's now showing that he's become versatile enough and multifaceted enough. He can come inside. Yeah. Oh, man, it was right there. Dang it, it was right there. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I absolutely love to see that, man, because it just shows his growth and that he's able to just do more on the defense, man. So I'm here for it. Lining up over guards, I think that'll open up plenty of stuff for us as the season goes on. I'm sure there will be situations where we're playing backup guards or rookie guards where we're able to do that with Verse and chew people up in a different way, which is pretty badass, man. I'm here for it.
You saw a lot of that dime look, that like heavy dime that Shula likes to do as well. I'd see just Landman in that middle, and then you'd have Cam Curl like walking on the edge. You'd have Tank McCullough at other inside linebacker. So they were going the really heavy look. I got to double check. I do have the box scores up. Yeah, honestly, the yardage from the defense given up was not bad.
Great.
You get that late drive at the end by Stroud where he is driving down the field. 1 or 2 big plays, but held him under 200 yards. That is a good quarterback. That's pretty solid.
With good weapons. Let's not, I mean, holding the Texans to no touchdowns is certainly a feat, man. They've got some really good players.
I have some questions about end of game, end of quarter stuff again, in regards to end of halftime and at the end of the game. I have some thoughts on that, but this is a big one right here. Run defense overall, yardage wise, was good. They limited big plays. There was really one. I don't even know if it went for 20 yards, but there was like a one longer run. Even then, it wasn't just scot free. There was some contact there, some missed tackles you can clean up. Held Nick Chubb to 60 yards. This is one area of concern for me is CJ Stroud's running. There was 2 plays in particular that I remember where he scrambled. Good coverage. He lost contain, and he picks up a first down. That's going to kill you with more mobile guys, especially in the week 3 matchup against Jalen Hurts. That's where he excels. If it's not open within 3 seconds, he's looking to run. He's going to put you in a bind where you got to make the tackle or keep covering the receiver. They have to figure out a game plan for that. And at the end of quarters, like I said, they gave up a really dumb penalty at the end, right before halftime. Let them get that extra field goal to go up 9-7. And at the end of the game, yeah, I'm happy Nate Landman's here, but you were giving up an easy pass to the running back for 20, 30 yards. You're letting them chunk down the field to where they're at the 25, and there's 2 minutes left. There's plenty of time for them to have taken the lead. Yeah.
Bend don't break. I like it.
It's there, and I'm glad it happened, but can we shut it down a little earlier? Like, why? Offense. I'm sorry, but I know McVay knows how to play call. Why is Kobe Parkinson getting that ball?
Okay.
Davis
I
Allen
definitely
scored a
have.
touchdown for you. Where's Higbee? Like, if you're gonna do this clever stuff, isn't that what you drafted Terrence Ferguson for? Why
Yeah,
is it Kobe Parkinson? Are you trying to be sneaky?
I have a lot of
Why?
questions about
Why be
why.
cute?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions about that. Higbee with 0 receptions. Terrence Ferguson. I don't
I
know
didn't
how many
see him.
reps he got. I haven't
I
seen the
didn't
snap
see him at
percentages,
all.
but I don't recall seeing him out there. And I do think that's one of those things where, especially after that fumble, was like, okay, we've got better guys than this. What are we doing? So I don't know. And no hate towards Colby, obviously, but I think that we just have more talented people on our roster. I think he's probably our fourth best tight end. And why are we giving him the ball in situations so critical? You know what I mean? While Higbee and Ferguson are not involved, I think that's my gripe on it. Is I want to see that the numbers that you have up here, those averages are what stick out to me, not necessarily the total yards. I think those averages I would like to see come down. But yeah, that was I also, though, to your point there on that last drive, there's certainly something to be said about just like that they need to go all the way down. So you are willing to give up some underneath stuff and let them kind of chunk you while you wait for your opportunity. And I think that's kind of what we saw and did. So
Yeah,
I don't hate it, honestly.
that's fair. That's fair. On the offensive side, I didn't realize Stafford was 21 on 29. I mean, super clean
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
That's what you want. 245 yards. He just surpassed what he needed for 60,000 yards. I think he is the ninth player, correct?
10th all
To
time.
have done that. 10th all time. Oh, sorry, 10th all time. You got your normal goats up there: Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre. Matt Ryan is on there. I did not realize.
Yep.
Drew Brees. Everyone up there is a Hall of Famer.
Hmm.
You add those accolades up there with Stafford. I've been saying this since his Detroit days. Matthew Stafford should be a Hall of Famer for what he did in Detroit, let alone what he's doing right now in Los Angeles. Rushing though, thoughts?
Yeah, obviously, not the total numbers we want to see there. I think that the Texans were doing a really good job of just closing up those gaps. So, I liked it right at the end. Those, while we needed the first down, and we got put in a tight spot there. 20 yards to a first, and we're still able to pull it out. And I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw that kind of breakdown of those 3 plays, but absolutely incredible, dude. Came out in the same exact alignment 3 times in a row. Pulling Puka Nacua in right behind the guard. All 3 plays right in a row. First 2 plays were just some duo runs, just some, get, double up and then move to the next level kind of thing. And Kyron was able to get some good yardage there. And then you kind of set it up perfectly. Puka comes in motion, gets it behind that guard. You hit that play action. That nickel Petrie, he kind of took one little step in, and that was more than enough to get Puka to the outside and get the first down. So absolutely love to see that. The setup was absolutely incredible. But Kyron, obviously, that's I think that there's 2 things to look at there, which is the fact that Limmer needed to play both left guard and right guard at different spots. That's definitely going to mix up your ground attack. And then again, I just think the Texans did a really good job at stuffing the run. We talked about that last week. Guys like Al-Shaair and stuff like that, they're good players. And yeah, I think that they just did a really good job stopping us.
Coached well too. I mean,
absolutely.
Watching it live, it felt like I was watching a Rams Niners game. Really physical. Trenches were really messy. The same thing that the Rams were doing to the Texans that I'm gloating about. Texans did a good job. You make either with stunts or brute force, you make the trenches messy, and then messy enough so that way it's kind of easier for linebackers, because for the offense it's messy, but for the defense, they're where they want to be. They want to their points of attack. So now the linebackers could fit exactly where they want to be. As long as you have good linebackers, you're going to fill those gaps. You're going to squeeze the daylight out of any running lanes, which is what Nate Landman did for us. Like, there was 2 plays in particular we'll get back to, but Texas defense was doing the same thing. Kyron, even Corum on one play where he shook the hell out of someone so bad that he shook himself and almost fell. But Kyron was like getting men at the line right away. There was no daylight. There was like nothing to see explosive wise. Those strong runs at the end, like you said, setting up those 3 plays, boom, boom, boom. Man, it's classic McVay. He does it. Everything, like, he could probably run an entire game with the formation
Yeah.
pre-snap motion looking the
One
same.
alignment.
And probably put up points out of 11 personnel. But if you go back to last year, like when I would break down film, it's the same thing. It's a receiver leading up through the C gap. And I called it like at the end of the year. I'm like, wait, at one point, they're going to have this receiver. It was Puka. He's going to run it out. He's going to run a corner because they had him doing it, but they just didn't throw to it. And then now they go to it. And it's such a weird look. Like a wide receiver through the C gap, lead blocking to an out. That's annoying. Like it's hard to stop.
I absolutely love it, man. I think that's kind of just great knowledge by your head coach, knowing your guys, knowing your personnel, knowing what they're good at and stuff like that. But yeah, you mentioned a couple plays by Landman. Yeah, a little bit. He's seen a football. But I also like the you talked about some Landman plays there. There was one where as soon as he saw it was a run to the left, and I want to say it was Pierce actually on the carry. But he saw it, went for him, got him, and I told everybody I was with right there. I was like, we haven't had a linebacker that can read that in so many years. Like that was incredible play. And it was like a 2-yard gain, something like that. But it was like, that was absolutely an unbelievable play. Last year, that's like a 60-yard run against us. Like Landman saved that one. They also had a couple of good saves there of touchdown saving tackles. But Nate, man, absolutely killing it. Obviously, you see on screen, tied for with Cam Curl for most tackles. Curl did have the most solo tackles. Not necessarily you don't want to see your safeties lead your team in tackles, but
no. That's a good point. That's a good point. This is not a situation where like you're getting gutted, and it would happen with Quentin Lake a lot last year, where he led in solo tackles, but they were not the strongest in pass defense, giving up big plays. So yeah, he's taking those tackles at the second level. Cam Curl's up in the box. Like he's in the mix.
You're right.
There on those short routes. Landman having 10. I literally did not see this until right now. It makes sense.
BY had a hell of a game, dude. I don't want to cut you off there, but BY.
Oh, no. I'm saving him for last. Yeah, there was a play. It was like a toss left, or it was like outside zone. I can't remember what the Texans ran off left side. They had the beat there. And Chubb is approaching his cut lane where he's going to cut outside tackle like about 3 yards. And Landman's there. Like I'm watching Landman track him, gets there, gets outside that last block, scoops in, makes a tackle, head up. And that's an exact play that we've looked at a million times with Christian Roseboom and Troy Reeder. And it was always like a step slow, or he went underneath the block, he didn't get there. Landman was there, and it was like exactly what you want to see from a linebacker. It was textbook. Yeah, let's talk about Byron Young. Early and often, dude. It was he was fast off the line twice early. He got a tackle for I don't know if it counted as a tackle for loss, but he got Chubb at the line, like tracked him down. Like it was impressive, very impressive.
He had a great day. You can tell as far as like from a physical standpoint, he just looks bigger, faster, stronger this year. Absolutely love to see that coming into year 3 for BY. Yeah, he was all over, dude, man. I'm absolutely fired up about it, man. So yeah, having BY, obviously we know what Verse can do. Josiah, I thought was getting in some really good work. I mean, for his first NFL game, it was like, that was awesome. But yeah, BY really, really stuck out as far as the defense goes, man. Jalen on the tank, man, with the sack. That was absolutely incredible, man. Tyler Davis, first career sack. I think Emmanuel Forbes showed a lot of good stuff too, man. I think as excited as I was for the defense before the season started, I am more excited for the defense now. Seeing them actually, seeing a game unfold, giving up no touchdowns. And honestly, we'll talk about it more later in the week, but an opportunity too to go into Philly having not given up any touchdowns. And I'm talking about the Titans not scoring a touchdown yesterday against the Denver Broncos. So, and we didn't give up a touchdown. So we could do that again, you know what I mean? Which that Titans offense didn't look super intense or anything like that. We could be going into Philly having not given up a touchdown on the year, which I think would be something to really kind of give some confidence going into that game.
Hard to do. Really hard to do in the NFL, let alone like just to play good defense. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. No. Personnel wise, I did notice some rotations on defense. I think there were putting Puna Ford and Tyler Davis together on run stopping downs, I think. And then you'd see Kobe Turner and Braden Fisk come in when they wanted to get after the pass rusher a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a healthy rotation between those four. Seeing Josiah Stewart, like they're just going to move those guys all around. That's the kind of the beauty of a 3-4 defense. You can kind of get really weird with it. Man, yeah, the defense was just fun to watch, man. Very, very, very a little bit lower scoring than I was expecting. I thought we'd get maybe one more touchdown on both sides. Definitely some mistakes as well on the offensive side. Jumping back to offense for me early on, like there was a few drops that they just looked like drops to me from Devontae Adams, but I didn't realize how, like I said, tight the coverage was from Stingley.
Still drops.
Timing was off too. There was like one or two passes where it wasn't the right time. It was a step late or it was a step off target from Stafford to Devontae. But his connection with Puka looked good, man. Puka is a beast. He's gonna have a nice scar on that face from wherever he was bleeding from.
You need it. Yeah, and Brett kind of makes an interesting point here in the comments, saying that that Adams is a slight detriment in the sense that we pull him out when a lot when it's going to be motion or wham blocks, telegraphs a bit, which is an interesting point. That when we did need a wide receiver to come crash in and maybe take out a linebacker, it wasn't Adams, so I do think he's right there in that sense. And then he also says too many penalties, too many damn flags, but also I kind of check that as it's week one. We gotta shake some stuff off.
Okay, so let's dive into it. I know every week, like I try my best to not get into this conversation of these refs suck, the refs suck, but I do have a pretty good baseline as a professional internet nerd. There's at least a baseline of watching consistency, of watching like, hey, what do my eyes normally see as a penalty from the NFL's example, not just what I think, but what you have told me and showed me. Perfect example, that roughing the passer that kept the Texans in the game, like on CJ Stroud, ticky-tack. It's ticky-tack. Is it physical? Yeah. Is it to the head? No. Is it low? No. Does it get hit? Yeah. Ticky-tack, because the exact same type of shit that it's circulating right now that Matthew Stafford, everyone's realizing was a no look. He got that. Look how he gets hit. That's the same way Stroud gets hit. That's not penalized. Also, the Rams should have accounted for 3 more sacks, if not for holding. At least.
Totally. Crazy.
Hear me out. I'm sitting in 455, and I can see it from there. Jared Verse getting choked. It put in a sleeper hold, like he stole something and is getting fucking thrown to the ground. It is unreal and absolutely no call. It was blatant. It was bad. Stroud should have gotten sacked like 7 times this game.
There was definitely Verse is one of those guys that he gets held quite often, and I think it's one of those where it's almost, if you're the ref, man, if you're calling holding every time Jared Verse or an Aaron Donald is held, I mean, we're never going to play football. Sometimes you got to let them go, I guess. But
get better than shit. Double team them.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to see how many times that he was just getting held and there was just nothing called. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That is the perfect example too. Same game where one thing happens and it's called on us, and then our old guy gets blasted the same way and no call on that. But yeah, also hell of a play. The timing, that ball was out. He wasn't looking. Like that was one of those plays was like, oh my God, dude, like that's absolutely insane.
That's what he does.
Yeah,
it's just what he does, man.
I think that I said it to you. I sent you a text yesterday saying it. I think that that post-game locker room speech is going to be one that we're watching in January, kind of going back to of like, damn, this was week 1. That's crazy. Like just the way that Stafford, when he got his game ball, the way that he said it, the way that he was like, made some good memories, man. We got plenty more to come. Let's keep working, kind of thing. I was like, some chills, man. I was like, let's go, dude. I'm fired up, man. This is going to be a fun season.
It is for the low scoring and for all the glory that we're giving Texans defense. Simple mistakes. Looks like some week 1 rust. It looks like it. I am going to account it for, hey, you did miss Stafford in the training camp. I thought the connection with Devontae would be stronger. I thought the offense would be clicking more. I think they were a step behind. That first half looked very lackadaisical. I know they finally got a touchdown near the end of the first half. That whole time, though, it looked like it was missing a spark. Like nothing was going. They were just kind of out there, and it was a little frustrating. What I do have here, I want to show you 2 plays on offense. Can I show you 2 plays?
I would love that.
And we could talk about it.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Devontae with 8 targets, 4 catches, though. That's definitely
that's definitely the wrong screen I got there for you.
Thank you.
There we go. There we go.
All right.
First one is what I was talking about. Like I didn't realize how low to the ground this catch was from Devontae over the middle. Like he scoops this damn near off the ground.
Yeah, that was a great catch. Great snag.
Let's watch the I guess they're not going to show the replay. But this one, I got to go back and count the numbers. But when Stafford hit his 60,000, I think it was on the pass to Xavier Smith. I think.
I thought it was to Devontae. Maybe I'm wrong.
We'll have to look. I asked him. He liked the message. He liked the message. So I don't know which one it was, but that was like the first big play that really felt like okay, they're finally waking up.
Yeah.
And I think the next play is the Davis Allen. Yep.
Yeah. That was great throw. That spot was absolutely incredible over 2 Texans, man. Absolutely love that.
It's a perfect throw. As he's falling away too, is so cool.
Davis Allen right there, that little move. I know that guy wasn't covering him, but the way he kind of slipped through there was real nice, man. Yeah. Davis Allen, man, I mean, we heard that he had a really good camp and stuff. It's good to see it kind of unfolding like that out on the actual fields, man. I love it.
It is always weird when you're trying to figure out who's going to actually, hey, you do this in camp, but is it going to come out?
Yeah.
Which is full circle moment back to who is the star of the day, Nate Landman.
Yeah.
Everyone knew it. Like we talked about it, like the peanut punch. Everyone was talking about it. Rams social media was talking about it. You expect to see it at some point, but in game 1, as a game winner, I didn't expect that, and it was really, really cool to see. It was like a perfect cherry on top to Landman's day. Like great debut. Thank you, Atlanta.
Yeah. The perfect little wrap up there for Landman. He already had a great day, and that one was just a nice little addition there. Rams were obviously in their white jerseys. We won't see those again until London. That's kind of crazy, huh? So it feels like a long way. Yeah, we got a Bone next week, and then a couple of I think 3 Royal games in a row, and then we get we're back to the white.
Little bone zone. Please tell me you recall Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire.
That's actually the only superhero movie I've ever seen, so I do recall it.
With Randy Savage, Macho Man. Bonesaw is ready.
You're going nowhere. Yeah, I guess.
I need an edit with Bonesaw in like a bone jersey talking about. I got you for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
3 minutes of playtime.
Yeah, that's people hate when I say that's the only superhero movie I've ever seen, and that is true. I don't get into that. I'm a sports nerd. Okay, I'm a Rams nerd, not a regular nerd. So. What can you do?
I love it, man.
I do got a
great game. That's all I can say, man.
Absolutely incredible, man. I do have to go to work, unfortunately. What do you got?
What I will say is, I didn't want to say this before the game to jinx it. That is the first time that I have been in the building and the Rams have won.
Damn, dude.
I was 0-3 last season.
Yes, turn the luck around, man. Last year I was
getting a little nervous.
I was 1-1 last year. I went to the Packers game and the Bills game. Packers game. I feel like we should have won that one. I feel like we were better than we actually performed. And then that Bills game voted second best game of the whole season, and I was there. That was pretty cool, man.
Speaking of Bills, I know we only got a minute left, but let's finish with NFL. Did you watch that game last night?
Mm-hmm.
I still cannot comprehend what I saw.
Fumble. The second Derrick Henry fumble, it was like Bills are about to win this game, dude. Damn. Obviously they were already in a good position to do it once that happened, but yeah, that was one where it was like, ooh, week 1 and a scoregami. Hell yeah.
I need a study done on like the actual physical impact of momentum in football. Like it is a palpable. You can feel momentum.
Yeah.
That was But even before then, it was crazy watching it because it just felt like it wasn't NFL football, it was like backyard football.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was just wild shit happening. I loved
really,
it.
really fun game. And I will say that like there was a moment there where it was about 5 minutes to go, and it's like, man, do I just turn this off? But then my brain was like, no, obviously not. It's week 1. You're fired up. Football's back, dude. You finish this game. Like, you know what I mean? Like you would have murdered somebody for this in June, man. You finish this game. And then so I'm watching it, and then yeah, man, just watching it, I was like, damn, man. Like, let's go. That was fun game.
Not looking forward to I don't want to face the Bills if that's what they're gonna be doing.
I want the Bills. They shouldn't want to face us, man. Let's go.
Like just Josh Allen's just like drawing plays in the dirt. Like, just go get open. We'll figure it out.
I forgot they had David Edwards left guard, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that. All right, dude, I got to go. Let's fade off here and just list guys who had a killer day yesterday. How about that? Just Rams who had a killer day.
I think Coleman Shelton probably had a good day. I'm gonna go watch the film.
A really good day, actually. Yeah, watch that film, man. He jumps out.
Okay, we have to go watch that.
Watch when we talked about those 3 plays, the duos and stuff like that. Watch him on the first one.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go BY. Byron Young, man, absolutely on fire. Week 1, man. He's on pace to have a killer season if this is how he's gonna look this year.
That's fair. Kella Witherspoon. I think he only gave up 2 catches with Nico Collins covering Nico Collins.
Definitely. Give me the land shark, dude. That sick pick, man. Took it from midair.